Hi, my name is Reid. I'm a nutrition network health coach. I'm so very excited to be here today. Thank you, Tracy and the Low Carb Lifestyle Hub for inviting me here into this space. I have so much to share with you today. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, or mostly about, how change works. You may ask me why I know this. I will tell you just a bit about me. I'm a carboholic sugar addict who has been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, carbohydrate addiction, non alcoholic fatty liver, gout, hypertension, and obesity. My body was insulin resistant and metabolically sick. I was taking over 20 medications, including an insulin pump and insulin injections at night. I wanted to feel better, and I really did think I was going to die soon. I had to take control of my own health, right? In order to do this, I had to change my thinking. If I kept doing the same thing I was doing over and over again, I was going to keep getting the same results. So something had to change. When I was told I had a carbohydrate addiction, I became very, very curious because addictions can be treated, right? So there was hope. And I, in fact, had to change my mind, change my thinking, my very own thoughts and beliefs. At first, I was on fire and so ready to make a change. But beware, your mind plays tricks on you. It tells you you can't do it, you're not good enough, etc. You know what I'm saying. Well, I'm here to tell you that's total crap. You are worthy and you can change. You just have to know it's going to be challenging and you're going to have to put in the work. And you may get uncomfortable. Well, in fact, you are going to get uncomfortable. It's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable, just knowing that there's going to be that. So moving forward, expect it. Just being aware of your thoughts is a step in the right direction. Awareness is such a big part of changing. I was aware now that I shouldn't have carbs or sugary foods because it would hurt me. So why in the world would I want to do it? See, your mind wants predictability because it feels safe. And if you don't want the habit anymore, you have to change your behavior. And that's all habits are, really, is thoughts and behaviors. For me, I knew I had to change my behavior and thoughts about carbs and sugar because I was obsessed with them. I thought eating them, would give me instant gratification. While I was eating one meal, I was planning for the next already. Can you relate? Constantly snacking. Your habits become the problem, a much bigger one. So you definitely don't want to reinforce that behavior. I learned that my thoughts could not make me eat those foods. They were making me so very sick. Just changing my thought process about carbohydrates as an addiction, the same as a drug addict or an alcoholic. It was such a game changer. I had control the whole time. You have control the whole time. Your addiction, or my addiction, hijacked my brain. Did you know that you can dismiss those thoughts? Well, you can. If I can do it, you can do it too. Know that you have the power within you to make a choice. Sometimes we don't think we have a choice, but we absolutely do. Tracy told me in some training that thoughts are like clouds in the sky. They're just vapors. They pass by. You don't have to grab onto them and hold on to them. You can choose to pass on them. Isn't that beautiful? So all thoughts are optional. For me to change, I had to think when I wanted something, I really needed to replace it with something else. Not a lookalike food, though. For example, if you have trouble eating several treats a day, even though they might say keto on them, snacks, and you're thinking they're a healthy alternative, it could still be a problem for you. It could be an issue. So instead, replace it with something else, like taking a walk, reading a book, putting a puzzle together. I even have a coloring app on my phone that occupies my time when I think. You could go call your kids, play with your dog. If you find yourself walking to the fridge to get a snack, stop. Just stop. Replace it with something else, a mind cleansing moment. Try patting yourself on the back for a little self praise, celebrating events that you're proud of. A good example may be, I'm going to focus on one meal a day. Make it the most nutritious, delicious, healthy meal full of protein and fat until you're full. And wow, it tastes so good and it keeps you full for so long. Then the next thing you know, you become much better at it and it's fun and it's a challenge to make a nutritious meal. After this becomes a routine, you realize you may not even be hungry again the rest of the day. Cooking can be a relaxing, fun family experience that you can make something for the whole family you're proud of. The first changes for you may be to focus on eliminating any drinks with carbs or sugar in them. Never drink calories, never. This could look like changing out soda for sugar-free drinks, a water with lemon, or using an electrolyte packet. Or in America, we use Crystal Light sugar-free packets in our water. When you're ready for the next change, focus on eliminating what I call a drive-by, what my doctor called a drive-by. So don't open the fridge every time you walk by it. Stop yourself on the way. Do something instead to get your mind off eating. Like, for example, don't stop at any gas station for a snack. If this is a habit for you, take a different route so you don't pass by all those fast food places. You need to protect yourself from yourself. You can say out loud to yourself, no, try it. Say you're in the car and you're getting ready to pass by this place you always stop. Just say no out loud. You can laugh. You can be proud that you passed up those trigger foods. You could call a friend. You could say, heck yeah, I passed by the drive-by and I didn't stop. Be proud of yourself. You're on your way to changing your thought processes already. You have to make time and you have to take time to yourself. You have to put in the effort into growing your self-confidence and self-respect. No regrets, no remorse. Just take a pause. Wait for your next thought to come. You'll make mistakes, but that's okay. You'll get so good at it, changing your thoughts. Just practice it every day. I promise, health and healing will come. I used to think I had to have snacks. I thought, if I didn't, how would I get to my next meal without a snack? I've learned that snacking is an emotional event. Once you realize this, you have the power over the choices and thoughts that you make. One trick my doctor taught me was to make yourself a bridge to get to your next meal. What is a bridge, you may ask? A bridge is something with no carbs or calories it's going to satisfy you till your next meal. For me, it's coffee. Sometimes I add a little heavy whipping cream to this. And remember, a meal is one that you sit down with a knife and a fork and you enjoy, not something to grab and go. So the next thing you know, a couple more hours have passed by and you've controlled your urge to eat from that bridge. You've bridged the gap. It doesn't matter when your meal times are, but plan your meal or plan your day around 2 consistent meals a day. Did you know that breakfast isn't the most important meal of the day? The definition of breakfast is to break your fast. When you change your thinking about this, your first meal could be noon or even later. You really have to change your thinking to what you're getting, not what you're giving up. You're getting your health back. Now, instead of eating a dried up chicken breast, you're going to eat a chicken with crispy skin, eggs, cheeses, juicy steaks, bacon, butter, and roasted vegetables. Your dinner may be a cheesy omelet with bacon and avocado. If you're eating carbohydrates around the clock, your body will always be burning the sugar and the carbs and not reaching any of your fat stores. The food you called comfort foods before, mashed potatoes and gravy, macaroni and cheese, chicken and dumplings, bread pudding, maybe chocolate cake, those are the ones that give you migraines, acid reflux, heartburn, inflammation, high blood pressure, fatigue, and obesity. Think about it. It's weird we call them comfort foods. When they make us sick and tired, we should call them sick foods. This is powerful perspective. You will need to change your old habitual thoughts and learn that fats are actually your friend. The following are my 5 fat friends: butter, olive oil, coconut oil, full fat mayo, heavy cream. Change your mind to celebrate the small victories, the non-scale victories. Celebrate when you pass up the garbage, AKA garbage. You know you're not perfect. None of us are. Make changes one meal at a time. You can do that. If you mess up, set a goal for the next meal. It's okay. Don't worry about being perfect. Just start. Take control of your personal journey. Change for you may be starting out by one meal again, one meal with healthier choices. For me, my food addiction was severe. I had to go through the cabinets and remove all the boxed foods and all the processed foods, pasta, fruits, potatoes, rice, chips, grains. I had to remove them all. I mean, after all, would you give an alcoholic a little bit of alcohol or a drug addict a little bit of drug? No. So change for me was letting my family know those foods were making me sick and I needed help having control around them. The problem today is sugar and carbs are everywhere. They're on every corner. They're easily accessible. You know, there's a gas station or a fast food or a convenience store everywhere you go. So it's a challenge. You can make the choice not to stop at any of those places. But that's the beauty of it. You have a choice. Don't let your habitual mind tell you differently. Keep it simple. So change is not so hard. Grill your food, roast it, air fry it, bake it, steam it. Just make sure there's no breading, batter, or sauce containing carbs, such as flour or cornstarch. Avoid foods that don't agree with you. Everybody's body is different. And dessert is really an activity. So get up and do something instead. Take a walk. Play some cards, put a puzzle together. Don't go for the dessert. Encourage yourself with positive thoughts about your new way of eating. You're starting a new slate today. Nothing that happened before matters. Don't look back. You're going to have challenges every day. There's going to be holidays, birthday parties, office parties, family and social gatherings. But I learned, for me, to bring something, some of my own food for any of those events or gatherings. Then you're going to know that something's going to be there for you. You may be impressing someone else to live a healthier life. These situations come up. It's okay. Don't cut yourself off from going to these things. In the beginning, if you have a severe addiction, you may want to avoid these things until you get stronger in your journey. You are getting your health back and you're going to feel much better. Brain fog's going to lift. You'll see improvements in your weight. Celebrate each victory. I find the best way to avoid cravings is to completely avoid those foods that trigger me. One thing very important I'd like to tell you about following a low carb, high fat nutritional diet is that if you're on any medications, you're going to need to be under a doctor's care. This way of eating is so very powerful that your medications may need to be adjusted or even eliminated. I eliminated over 20 medications and my insulin pump with this nutrition. It's vital to be under a doctor's care during the transition to wellness. You don't need carbohydrates to live. Your body will make the glucose that it needs. Do not worry, carbohydrates are not an essential nutrient. Constantly overeating of snacks and carbs around the clock causes insulin resistance, and insulin resistance is a driver of all chronic disease. Low carb, high fat keto nutrition will heal your body. I wish you well on your individual journeys today, and I hope that I have helped some of you in some way. But remember, new beliefs, new insights, new thinking, new ideas is what required for change. Expect it to be uncomfortable. Don't fear your mind. Your thoughts can't make you do anything. Your thoughts can't make you eat anything. You're in control and you have the power to make a choice. Choose not to obey those urges. They're going to hold you back. Choose you. Choose health. You totally got this. Best wishes for a new and healthy life filled with whole, tasty foods supported by the proper human diet. Thank you, everyone.